Already a well-known crypto influencer, Elon Musk. His comments and interest in cryptocurrencies have driven up and down the value of such assets. Despite the fact that Musk has been seen tweeting about Dogecoin, Bitcoin, and other cryptocurrencies, his posts about XRP are not always straightforward. Instead, he tweets using some form of encryption, but those with keen eyes can already see that Ripple has a higher chance of succeeding in its lawsuit against the SEC and that XRP's future is bright. The SEC action against Ripple has already slowed things down considerably because it has continued for months as XRP investors have watched their currency prices fall. Elon Musk and Tesla have also been engaged in a protracted legal battle with the SEC. Although he conceded that picking a war with the SEC was not a good idea, he made it apparent that he has been developing the case against the SEC for some time. He claims he didn't start the war, but he does have plans to put an end to it. The most brilliant person in the world has never entirely made sense to just support a meme coin, despite the fact that he is highly recognized in the cryptocurrency community for doing so. What if he lost contact with DOS and all the attention that Bitcoin and Ether have received in the media has actually just been filler? It's not as ridiculous as it would seem, and more links start to materialize the more behind the scenes you get. Let's focus on the details that aren't immediately apparent. Do you realize Elon seems to be obsessed with the letter X? If you perform a Wikipedia search, you'll find out that he invested in and established X.com, which was later rebranded as PayPal. The reality will be staring you in the face. Later, he switched to the spacebar, and this time, X contained the letter. What about Tesla, I hear you ask? In any case, they just so happen to have a Model X SUV, which makes him much more thrilling. After that, we shift our attention away from his business and focus on one of his kids with the singer Grimes, to whom he given the entertaining name X and a few other hilarious letters. It's easy to forget that Elon started out in the payments industry now. His work at PayPal, Tesla, SpaceX, the Dole Company, Neuralink, and everything else. In order to connect the dots, the goal of the search for an intergalactic currency was to enable Earth-based financial transaction services to supply the money space travelers would spend in space. According to the digital asset investor, Elon launched a project named PayPal Galactic in the early years of the payments network, and he still supports a more reliable payment platform today. The PayPal-led initiative aimed to bring together organizations with interests in the space industry to look into a framework for a global financial system as early as 1999. Do you know who was initially a member of the PayPal mafia when this happened? Famous XRP investor Peter Thiel? Let's stress this once more. The world's richest and arguably most intelligent man, who has a background in the payments industry, is obsessed with the letter X, starts talking about PayPal Galactic, and then all of a sudden, when XRP is created, his brain power quickly vanishes. He is also passionate about energy efficiency and saving the planet, but he suddenly takes a hard left turn and starts talking about Dogecoin. Obviously not. Like XRP, many individuals have also started to link the dots. Bush, who claims that in my perspective only Elon has owned XRP for a very long time, simply cannot be believed because he fails to make the necessary connections. This also applies to XRP Daddy's tweet from December 18, 2021. How Elon Musk is very knowledgeable about money. He is familiar with Ripple and XRP because he was a member of the PayPal mafia. Mason vs. Lewis, who tweeted this, is another example that cannot be avoided. I can't wait until Elon stops talking about nonsense like Dogecoin and diverting our attention. I can't wait until he discusses H-bar, XRP, and other green energy coins that could completely change how we use the internet and payments. People are pleading for Elon to intervene. As more and more people draw connections and understand that Elon hates the SEC as much as all the XRP holders who have been harmed by the SEC, blast the story wide open and join the discussion. Elon contributes in a way that will become clear in a moment but is typically cryptic. Elon Musk seems to be saying that XRP won't be considered a security. We'll talk about gematria and both of these topics. That is how we will come to this conclusion. And because it is so exact, Even if you think gematria is absurdly off, you shouldn't miss this. You will receive a brief introduction to gematria from us. If you're not aware, there is now an elite conspiracy that is ritualistic and centered around numbers. They study the Kabbalah, from which the term kebab derives, as part of their gematria practice, therefore they are knowledgeable about it. This elite controls the media, and 5 or 6 businesses are in charge of the codes. You can use the gematria calculator, an online numerology tool, to find out a term's or an expression's gematria meaning. The online gematria calculator can be used to find your name or any other word, and it will calculate your gematria value. Let's talk about Elon Musk's tweet. By plugging that into the gematria calculator, we can see that the judge determined that XRP was not a security, which should make one stop and think. He shared a short meme. Do you think Elon Musk has XRP as his own? Does he comprehend what happened in the SEC and Ripple case? Despite being fully informed of the situation, he says nothing. Is there a way to use this to reach the community that we are unaware of? Please leave your comments in the space provided below. Remember, this is only a wild estimate. Senior District Judge Phyllis J. Hamilton approved of restricting the XRP case against Ripple and allowed it to proceed. Because XRP became accessible for purchase for the first time in 2013, the judge rejected Ripple's contention that the case was submitted 5 years too late. This is how the tweet about the gematria calculator and the lawsuit involving Ripple XRP are related. According to its CEO Brad Garlinghouse, the SEC action against Ripple is expected to be resolved in the first part of 2000 to 2003. During his brief appearance at the DC FinTech Week conference, he told the audience. Garlinghouse also stated that Ripple would consider settling with the SEC, but only if XRP is determined to be a non-security. He anticipates the litigation to be settled within the next 3 to 4 months, but he is not completely ruling out the potential that it could take longer. Both Ripple and the SEC filed requests for summary judgment in September in an effort to avoid a trial, so it is still likely to be a win-win situation. While waiting for the acquisition agreement to be signed, well-known cryptocurrency trader and technical analyst Crypto Rand shared the key objectives he anticipates Elon Musk would announce on Twitter. The Tesla SpaceX CEO's offer may have drawn the most notice online when it came to Bitcoin payments. Musk might permit consumers to use virtual currencies like Bitcoin ripples to pay for products and services. Crypto Rand is claimed by XRP and Solana. The business tycoon earlier stated that Twitter Blue subscriptions may be purchased using his favored meme coin. Users of Dogecoin may already use Bitcoin and Ether to tip their favorite producers on Twitter. If Musk becomes CEO of Twitter, users may also expect the addition of an edit button and the eradication of spam bots, which have wreaked havoc on the social networking platform. Despite Musk's earlier claim that Twitter overstated the number of spam accounts on its network, the main issue is the acquisition agreement's prolonged delay. Musk formally agreed to buy Twitter for $44 billion in April. He made an attempt to get out of the agreement by arguing that Twitter had materially violated it. He formally withdrew his offer to buy Twitter in July, claiming that the social media behemoth had been secretive about how many bots and phony accounts were using its network. Musk provided many arguments for breaking the deal. The Tesla CEO was later sued by Twitter to force him to finish the deal. Musk then filed a lawsuit against Twitter on October 17. The trial between the two sides was scheduled to take place in Delaware Chancery Court, but last Friday Musk announced that he would purchase Twitter for the agreed-upon $54.20 per share. The court granted him till October 28 to complete the transaction in order to avoid a trial. Musk claims that acquiring Twitter will speed up the creation of the the Everything app. Due to market confidence, XRP has been one of the best-performing digital currencies. Although it has a 30-day high of 55 cents, holders of the token are still optimistic that it will soar above $1 if Ripple is successful in its legal struggle. Around 5 years ago, the price of XRP reached its all-time high of $3.84. Most alternative currencies hit new record highs earlier this year, and according to a recent report from CNF, over 75,000 XRP holders joined Attorney John Deacon's class action complaint against the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, demonstrating that Ripple has received a lot of support from XRP enthusiasts. The plaintiffs alleged that the SEC's legal action against RIP resulted in losses totaling billions.